Herd hierarchy on a Tuesday. Let's go.
Herd hierarchy.
Time is now. Let's go.
The top 10 NFL teams according to Colin. Number 10.
Shocked to say this. I was wrong. New England. I'm sorry. You can win a bunch of games that way. Cam Newton. More passing yards and touchdowns than Brady so far. It works. He's got running backs that can catch. Edelman, N'Keal Harry had 7 catches. Third most passing yards in a game for Cam. Isn't that bizarre? I like it. Belichick's always got defensive players that work. Their secondary is great. But I got to tell you, this thing works. And it's only going to get better. I mean, as long as Cam gets more comfortable. They had no preseason. Still the best well-coached team in the NFL. And I don't think Brady could have led him to within one play of beating. Now, I do think there's a ceiling here. At some point, you'd like to have somebody that can get open down the field. But this works. That's a top 10 team. Saints, I think, will get it kind of together, but this is really troubling. 160 total air yards this year, worst among all quarterbacks. It's very Kirk Cousins. Now you say, well, that doesn't matter and they don't have Michael Thomas. But what matters is they faced a Raiders defense that didn't create a sack. So BREES had nothing but time last night and was still dumping it to his running backs. Like, I get dumping it to your running backs if you're facing Chris Jones of the Chiefs or you're facing, San Francisco last year. When you have time to throw and you're dumping the running backs, you're not a dangerous offense. They've also been heavily penalized this year, which they weren't last year, Saints at 9. I'll put the Raiders in. They got a ton of offensive weapons. Their tight end group and their wide receiver group and their running back group is fantastic. The offensive line was missing 2 starters last night, and I still thought got a push. Darren Waller has the second most catches and targets of any player in the NFL this year. They're one of 4 teams to score 30-plus points in their first 2 games. I'll give it out to them. I don't know how long it lasts. They're going to New England this weekend. But just in terms of offensive weaponry, they're fun, they're fast, they're athletic, they're loose. They got a lot of dudes. They got a lot of dudes that can run, and a lot of guys were open last night. And New Orleans is a well-coached defense with good personnel, and there were a lot of Raiders that were really open last night. They got players. Buffalo, I think, has the best young coach arguably in the sport, Sean McDermott. Josh Allen has benefited greatly because of that. Josh Allen's first 2 career 300-plus yard games are in the books. The Bills' defense top 5 in yards allowed. Now, it should be noted they face the Jets offense and Miami and Ryan Fitzpatrick. So they got the Rams this week. They got them at home, but the Rams offense is got a lot of weapons, and they may scale back a little bit statistically, but I think Buffalo's doing it right. I still have to see Josh Allen against good defenses in big games, but I can't deny what I see. Well-coached, real defense, and Josh Allen now can play. Tampa Bay, Leonard Fournette is going to get better every game. So first of all, what's not being talked about is their defense. Their defense shut down McCaffrey. It shut down Alvin Kamara. I don't trust their special teams, but as we predicted, their defense would carry the day in September. The defense is allowing the fewest yards per rush of any team since the start of last year. So take last year and this year. This is the best run defense in the NFL. I think Pittsburgh's second. So I'll put Tampa Bay's just going to get better. And I got him at 6. Green Bay. Now, again, Detroit and Minnesota. Detroit had a lot of secondary injuries, and the Vikings defense lost 5 starters from the previous year. Some of it's that. But Aaron Jones looks like the best running back in the NFL. Aaron Rodgers is playing well. He's not holding the ball. He's taking more shots downfield. He's only been sacked once. The hidden gem right now for the Packers is this is Aaron's best offensive line in several years. He had time to throw, allowed him to throw deep. He's sprinkling around to different wide receivers. They deserve credit. Rams, their defense is better than I thought. Second lowest passer rating allowed. Carson Wentz really struggled. Now, Sean McVay teams, this is the 3rd consecutive year starting 2-0. He brings a lot of new wrinkles, and it takes a while for the league to catch up. But they're top 5 in total offense. They're generating a pretty good pass rush, though not great. If I will say this, more misdirection than any offense in the NFL. Both Dallas and Philadelphia it was a dizzying display of new looks, motion, multiple sets, variable looks, and Goff when he's got time and is moving, is a very good deliverer of the football. Kansas City, 4 of their last 5 wins have come trailing by 10 points or more. That's a little troubling, and I did think Mahomes was off. And I'm going to give him a pass because they had Baltimore on the horizon. It's the game of the year, and so Baltimore didn't play well, and Kansas City didn't play well last week for the talent they have. I do think this is a team that has not been great out of the gate. They're falling into holes, and Mahomes is having to do a little hero ball here. But I still believe in the staff, the GM, the quarterback, the offensive line, and I think they're a very focused football team. Seattle, I can't make them number 1 because they have no pass rush. And I think in the end, that keeps them from winning a Super Bowl. But I'll tell you what, man, DK Metcalf and Russell Wilson, yeah, that works. That works. Now their running backs are healthy. The offensive line is a little better than I give it credit for because they are good at left tackle. And frankly, if you can run the football like Seattle runs the football, they can't be as bad as Pro Football Focus thinks. But they've got no defensive front. In fact, they're last in pass defense and they're last in total defense. That's not great. Baltimore, I think they're easily the best team in the league. I think they're going to beat Kansas City this week. They've allowed the fewest points. They've got the best point differential. Didn't play great and still blew out a team, Houston, that had 3 extra days to prepare. I think they're the most explosive. I think they're the hardest to face. I think Lamar keeps getting better. And I don't see a hole. In a salary cap era, everybody's got a hole. They don't. I don't see it. I don't see the weakness with this team. I don't. Baltimore number 1. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.